We are back. I'm Rick Unger filling in for Steve Malzberg today. Steve took off for Turkey Day a little bit early and left me with the keys. God knows why. Joining me now, Michael Malice, political commentator and author of, dear reader, the unauthorized biography of Kim Jong-il. Did I say that correctly?
It's Autobiography.
What did I say?
You said biography.
Oh, Autobiography.
Yeah, I invented a new genre.
Okay, do I have to start over? Are we good?
We're good.
Okay. So listen, you and I have been on various things together. We don't necessarily agree, but I think you are so interesting that I had to have you on the show today. Your take on Ferguson, I've been reading your Twitter feed, and you seem to come at it a little bit differently. Let's hone in on the grand jury practice. What did you think of the concept? A lot of folks feel this should have gone directly to a preliminary hearing where the public could have watched it, seen it, everything would have been transparent out in the open. Instead, the prosecutor chose to take it to a process that's always secret, the grand jury, although this one less secret because now they're releasing the data. How did you feel about that, and how do you feel the grand jury performed?
Well, I don't think transparency would make it one bit of difference one way or another. If fossils don't tell people that evolution is true, no data is going to persuade an ideologue one way or another. One side is going to see cops killing innocent young black men in the street. They're going to see the video. You will never persuade them otherwise. And the other side will see, look, but for the police, you're going to have rioting. And they're seeing in Ferguson now the validation of their worst fears.
So what you're saying, it seems to me, is basically we come to these events. These events don't come to us. We come to these events with a preset frame of mind, and no matter what the facts might turn out to be, if I'm on one side of this, I see it one way. If I'm on the other, I see it the other way.
It's amazing if you look at social media how everyone has more information and a better sense of the case than people on the grand jury. I am certain, regardless of their political perspectives, that those people on the grand jury really wanted to do the right thing. They wanted to live with their consciences for the rest of their life. And even if you had, let's suppose for the sake of argument, 2 or 3 absolutely virulent racists on that grand jury, they're certainly going to be outnumbered. So the math doesn't even add up. But people don't care. People want to have their own perspectives validated, and then they want to go on social media and emote, which is basically the modern day equivalent of testifying in church and like, I'm a sinner and, you know, rah, 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 rah.
It's a really good point, because a lot of people are out there literally blaming the grand jury. All the grand jury did, these were ordinary, I think 16 people who showed up as they were asked to do, not for a lot of money or anything. They put 3 months into it. Most people don't even realize that they were impaneled long before this problem ever happened. So it's not like they came to do this, they came to serve. And you're right, they're taking a lot of blame when I'm sure each and every day they were trying to do the right thing. But is there good reason to take a look at the prosecutor in this instance, who is somewhat controversial, and go, you know, if you read the transcript of what Officer Wilson said, do you really feel like the prosecutor behaved as a prosecutor normally would? Did he really cross-examine? Did he really probe?
Sure. I mean, these are all Monday morning quarterbacking questions. And the other question is, if he did, if they did get an indictment for Darren Wilson, do we know that there wouldn't be rioting either? Because a lot of times, because that would be validation. Look, we have proof that the cop did this for racist reasons.
That's an interesting point.
So it's very easy to be like, but for this, things would have been different. But things tend to play out pretty predictably in American culture.
Well, you know, normally I would say that's just makes no sense. But you know what? There's a story out today that did fascinate me. They found Communist Party members at the riots. They found a lot of people that really are not necessarily associated with this particular issue.
I know one of those Communist Party members.
Who was there?
His name's Caleb, yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's a good Stalinist.
And what did he say? Why was he at this riot? Why did he show up for that party?
Well, I mean, I was born in the former Soviet Union, so these like American communists I found droll. They really have this very kind of racial perspective that, you know, African Americans are their natural constituency and they're the easiest ones that they're going to get to like revolt and overthrow the government.
So they're there to sign people up?
Yeah, oh yeah. And so it's really funny because if they talk, like especially in New York, when they talk to friends of mine who are of color, my friends are like, what are you talking about? I do not want communism. I just want a fair wage and to work. You're not making any sense.
So basically, these riots turned into almost a political job fair.
Well, I mean, they go to where the agitation is because, you know, historically communists are troublemakers, and they're like, they go, you know, it's just like flies to poop.
We want to get him in there. I want to hear what he was doing at those riots.
He's a Stalinist. I mean,
I don't care.
Okay, sure. I mean,
I want to hear what he was doing down there, because that.
Go to his Facebook.
Is that right? He's saying, okay, we're going to do that. I can't believe I have to wrap this up with you. I could talk to you for an hour, but I do have to. So, Mike Malice,
Thank you, Rick.
Pleasure as always getting to sit and talk with you. When we return, Coming up next, religion, society, pop culture commentator, my friend Brad Hirschfeld, the rabbi, will join us.